Our planet is brimming with mysteries that defy imagination. Places so surreal, they could spark science fiction movies. These are marvels sculpted by nature. Found on remote islands or in hard-to-reach areas. Sometimes they are creations of human ingenuity, hidden for centuries. Today, we embark on a thrilling journey to unusual corners. We'll unveil destinations that make our world so magical and unparalleled. Bogdanovich Glacier, Kazakhstan. The mountains of Almaty are relatively accessible. But in the winter, they become perilous due to avalanches and risk of altitude sickness. Nestled among these peaks is the Bogdanovich Glacier, home to the Oktyabrskaya Cave, one of the planet's most fascinating. It's like a magical entrance to a cave from the stories of the Orient. Each year, adventurers are drawn to its beauty and enigmas. However, venturing inside is risky, and not just because of its slopes. A partial or complete collapse of the cave could occur. Inside, nature has sculpted a masterpiece, blending ice, rock, and glimmering light. A thick layer of turquoise ice has formed. In other areas, the wall is coated with fine, sparkling snow. The cycle of melting and refreezing constantly renews these formations, making every visit unique. Mount Hua, China. Also known as Huashan, this mountain features vertical rock walls and narrow pathways. It's known for its 5 distinctive peaks, hosting precipitous cliffs, tranquil temples, and serene lookouts. For centuries, it has been a sacred site for Taoism. A series of steep trails lead to the mountain's 5 summits. Climbing hundreds of steps through confined spaces is necessary. Alternatively, a cable car can be used for half the ascent. One path is the challenging plank walk. Created centuries ago by a Taoist priest, it's reinforced annually. This path is used for both ascending and descending. In some areas, where only one person can pass, steps are carved into the wall. Upon completing this adventure, one can continue to the renowned Chess Pavilion. Tianmen Mountain National Forest Park, China. It stands as a sanctuary of natural wonders, with winding paths that blend traditional and modern architecture. The 99 Bends Road leads to the summit of Tianmen Mountain. In traditional Chinese culture, the number 9 is associated with the emperor, the son of heaven. Thus, this road symbolizes a journey to the heavens. The journey ends at Heaven's Gate, which requires climbing 999 steps to reach. Lake Baikal, Russia. Winter transforms this body of water into a symphony of whites and blues. An intricate interplay of ice and cold. Methane bubbles form from organic decomposition and freeze within the ice, creating artistic patterns. Dubbed the Pearl of Siberia, this lake is not only the deepest in the world, but also among the oldest, dating back about 25 million years. Hovercrafts become the go-to transportation across its frozen expanse. Due to its location and immense size, the winds here are often unpredictable and can be extremely strong. The Sarma, a cold northwest wind, sometimes reaches hurricane-like forces. Cold air rushes down from the mountains to the lake, accelerating as it channels through the valleys. It can quickly lead to hypothermia if you're not well prepared. The lake is home to the world's only freshwater seal species, the Nerpa or Baikal seal, often seen resting on the ice. Or in the frigid waters. Ice caves along the shore, carved by waves and freezing temperatures, are another wonder of Baikal. Inside, icicle stalactites dangle from the ceiling, creating a crystal palace effect. Bathed in daylight, they shimmer in a mesmerizing sky blue. Underwater waterfall, Mauritius. This natural phenomenon is located right next to Le Morne Bourbon, a peninsula in the southwest of Mauritius. It appears as though there's a submerged waterfall beneath the ocean. However, it's just an optical illusion caused by the sudden drop-off of the continental shelf into a deep cavity. This steep drop-off, combined with sediment movement, gives the illusion of a waterfall. Millions of years of erosion and sediment accumulation have sculpted this unique geological feature. Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park, Vietnam. This natural area is home to some of the most remarkable caves in the world. The Phong Nha River Cave, with a staggering age of 400 million years, is among the oldest in Asia. Its entrance resembles the gateway to a magical realm, straight out of a fantasy movie. Over millennia, its interior has developed stalactites and stalagmites. Another is the Son Doong Cave, one of the world's largest caves. Although a local discovered it in 1991, it wasn't explored by an expedition until 2009. Sunlight streams through its collapsed roof, allowing small jungles to flourish inside. Nearby, in the same national park, Hung En Cave seems like it's straight out of Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth. Richat Structure, Mauritania. Hidden in the vast Sahara Desert, the so-called Eye of the Sahara is a geological enigma. It features a series of concentric rings, creating an almost perfect design. A visual treat, it boasts hues of varying colors. Initially thought to be a meteorite impact site, studies revealed it to be a product of erosion. Given the prehistoric remains found in its depressions, it's believed the structure was a source of materials for tools and artifacts. Namib Desert, Namibia. Boasting a history of over 55 million years, it's the world's oldest desert. Its most striking feature is the incredible contrast between the Golden Dunes and the Atlantic Ocean. From the morning mist emerge some of the planet's tallest dunes. For the creatures inhabiting its sands, this mist is vital for hydration. Despite its tough and unforgiving nature, this environment sustains a variety of life, from small reptiles to large mammals. Heading north in the desert, we encounter the Skeleton Coast. Its name comes from the remnants of ships and whales strewn along its beaches. The convergence of the cold southern Atlantic currents with warmer northern ones creates treacherous sea conditions, often resulting in shipwrecks. Sailors who survived the wrecks then faced the harsh desert, with many succumbing to starvation. The desert also features Dead Vley, a dried-up clay pan surrounded by high dunes. The presence of ancient dead trees gives it a mysterious air. These trees died centuries ago due to the extremely dry conditions, becoming petrified without decomposing. Tianze Mountain, China. Stunning rock formations rise above dense layers of mist. This mountain is part of Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, one of the natural wonders of the world. It inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. While the pillars look similar, each has its own unique shape and character. Carved over thousands of years, they are covered in lush vegetation. In the same national park, you'll find the Bailong Elevator. Recognized as a feat of modern engineering, it's among the world's tallest outdoor elevators. A short distance away is another modern marvel, the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge. It's one of the world's longest glass bridges, offering breathtaking views of the canyon between the cliffs. Ice Caves of Iceland. These are natural formations within the country's glaciers. Formed by melting water flowing through glaciers, carving tunnels and cavities. During winter, when temperatures drop and are more stable, is the safest time to explore them. The crystalline, translucent, deep blue iced ceilings offer an almost surreal experience. Tigray Churches, Ethiopia. Discovering small churches nestled in these cliffs is nothing short of astonishing. Legend has it that in the 6th century, a saint carved the remarkable Abuna Yamada Church directly out of the rock. It's perched on the sheer face of a precipice. A challenging climb is necessary to reach it. You must navigate bare rock and tight passages. In some places, you have to climb without any equipment, using only crevices and rock outcrops for support. Mount Roraima, Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. This plateau rises above the jungles of South America, being one of the world's oldest geological formations. Its vertical walls and flat summit are its hallmarks. At about 2 billion years old, Roraima is considered a geological time capsule. During the rainy season, water cascades down from the top of the Tepui, a type of massive flat-topped mountain unique to South America, creating temporary waterfalls that plunge from incredible heights. These tepuis host many plant and animal species on their summits that are found nowhere else on Earth. On their surfaces, you'll find a landscape that seems almost alien, composed of unusual rock formations, valleys, and ponds, distinct from typical mountain terrains. Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Hidden in the Karakum Desert, there lies a burning cavern known as the Door to Hell. Its exact origin is unclear, though it's thought to result from botched geological exploration. The prevailing theory is that in 1971, Soviet geologists drilling for natural gas inadvertently caused a collapse, creating this large crater and releasing methane gas. In an attempt to control the gas release, they set it on fire, expecting it to burn out quickly. However, contrary to their expectations, the crater has continued to burn for decades, becoming a striking and unusual sight in the desert. Angel Falls, Venezuela. This waterfall is the planet's highest, situated within Canema National Park. While many waterfalls originate from rivers, Angel Falls emerges from a tepui, plateaus typical of this Venezuelan region. named Karapakupai Vena by the indigenous Kamarakotos. The waterfall features an awe-inspiring freefall that seems to descend directly from the clouds, creating a captivating mist as it strikes the rocks below. Kilauea, United States. On Hawaii's Big Island, Kilauea, one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, continuously illuminates the landscape. Its eruptions are generally effusive, characterized by the steady flow of lava rather than explosive outbursts. Near the ocean, Kilauea's eruptions trigger a mesmerizing phenomenon. Where the lava meets the ocean, it produces vast amounts of steam. This results in explosions that hurl fragments of rock and volcanic glass. The lava cools quickly when it hits the ocean water, solidifying rapidly. This process can lead to the formation of new land as the cooled lava accumulates. At night, the ongoing lava flow creates a striking visual display, with the glowing rocks offering a dramatic natural scene. Silfra, Iceland. In the heart of Thingvellir National Park lies an underwater fissure of unmatched beauty. Here, the tectonic plates of North America and Eurasia meet and slowly drift apart. Diving into the rift, adventurers have the rare opportunity to touch two continents at once. Thanks to its incredibly clear water, which flows from glaciers, it's one of the world's most remarkable cold water diving destinations. Moorea, France. Among the most spectacular islands of French Polynesia is Moorea. Characterized by volcanic mountains, idyllic beaches, and luxury resorts. However, it also harbors areas within that are challenging to access. Venturing into the sea, one encounters almost unbelievable experiences, like meeting whales and their calves. Or watching rays and sharks in their natural habitat. Some Polynesian natives, nature, and sea lovers have befriended these fascinating creatures. Cenote dos Ojos, Mexico. Two interconnected cenotes reveal crystal-clear waters, caves, and underwater geological formations. It's one of the Yucatan Peninsula's cenotes, where thousands of these water wells exist. Cenote dos Ojos is part of one of the largest underwater cave systems. Only certified divers are permitted to venture into these dark caverns. With its immaculate clarity, the water creates a sensation of floating in the air. An illusion of levitation, only interrupted by bubbles. Aquatic life, stalagmites, and stalactites are observable. Meeting of Waters, Brazil. Near Manaus, the capital of Amazonas, one of the world's most mesmerizing natural phenomena unfolds. The dark waters of the Negro River converge with the muddy brown waters of the Solimões River. Yet, they don't mix immediately, creating a striking visual contrast. This unusual separation of the rivers results from differences in temperature, speed, and water density. The Negro River is slower and warmer, contrasting with the colder, faster-moving Solimões River. They flow side by side, each maintaining its distinct characteristics, until they eventually merge downstream to form the mighty Amazon River. Grand Prismatic Spring, United States. Located in Yellowstone National Park, it's a thermal spring displaying blues, oranges, yellows, and greens. The largest hot spring in the United States, and one of the largest in the world. Since its discovery in the early exploration days of Yellowstone, it has captivated visitors. Though conditions here are extreme, it's a suitable habitat for bacteria and microorganisms. Kelimutu Volcano, Indonesia. Located near the eastern edge of Indonesia, in the Nusa Tenggara province, lies a remarkable geological site. At its peak, there are 3 crater lakes. each varying in color, from blue to brown, influenced by volcanic activity and the position of the sun. Tiwu Atam Bubu, known as the Blue Lake, is believed to be the resting place for the souls of the elders. Tiwu Nua Muri Kufa, displaying hues of green and blue, is thought to be for the souls of the young and maidens. Tiwu Atapolo, which can appear red or brown, is considered the enchanted lake. Leshan Giant Buddha, China. Perched on a cliff overlooking the confluence of 3 rivers, it stands as a testament to religious devotion and ancient Chinese artistry. This is the world's largest stone-carved Buddha statue. Beyond its immense body, what truly radiates is its gaze. Eyes filled with compassion and wisdom. Under the guidance of Monk Hai Tong in the 8th century, its construction spanned nearly 90 years. Near the Great Buddha of Leshan lies a mysterious Buddha face, discovered in Guizhou province. Carved into a mountainside, it has remained relatively unknown for centuries. Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland. Nestled in the Swiss Alps, this quaint village sits in a dreamlike valley. It is said that Tolkien drew inspiration for Rivendell, the elven haven in The Lord of the Rings, from Lauterbrunnen. Surrounded by high rock walls, the town is known for its cascading waterfalls. The landscape is dotted with traditional Swiss chalets, green meadows, and tranquil pastures. All under the watchful eye of the Alpine peaks. Barringer Crater, United States. Also known as Meteor Crater, it marks the site of a meteorite impact 50,000 years ago. Daniel Barringer, a miner and businessman, was among the first to suggest that it was formed by a meteorite. In preparation for the Apollo missions, NASA used this crater as a training ground for astronauts, due to its similarity to lunar craters. The crater features steep walls, exposed rock strata, and a well-defined outline. Trang An, Vietnam. This karst landscape in northern Vietnam has been featured in major film productions. Characterized by meandering rivers that wind through expansive rice fields. Small boats offer views of the towering karst pillars. These pillars reveal interconnected caves through underground rivers. Some of which are large enough to explore. Emerging outdoors, paths lead to temples and pagodas scattered among the mountains and valleys. Mount Fanjing Temple, China. Perched atop Fanjing, the highest point in the Wuling Mountains. The temple complex consists of two temples, the Buddha Temple and the Maitreya Temple. The temples were constructed atop the peak and are connected by a bridge that spans a large fissure. Visitors must climb nearly 9,000 steps to reach the temples. In Chinese Buddhism, the mountain is considered the site of enlightenment for Maitreya Buddha, the future Buddha. Waitomo Caves, New Zealand. These caves, over 30 million years old, have been delicately carved by water and time. They're an underground treasure trove where a luminous spectacle occurs. Thousands of glowworms transform the darkness into a starry sky. They belong to the species Arachnocampa luminosa, using their glow to attract prey. Sigiriya, Sri Lanka. An ancient fortress and citadel sits atop a colossal rock column. Stairs with lion paws carved into the rock lead to the summit. The rock's unique shape, with its flattened top, is ideal for building a citadel. Sigiriya is believed to have been constructed by King Kasyapa in the 5th century as his new capital. From its heights, one can take in the verdant landscape of Sri Lanka. Jellyfish Lake, Palau. For thousands of years, this lake's isolation has given rise to unique animal species. Its waters serve as a tranquil refuge for thousands of harmless jellyfish. They're constantly on the move, migrating in search of the sun. Since the last ice age, they've been confined to the lake and have followed a unique evolutionary path. Geyser Lake, Russia. Located in the Altai Mountains of Siberia, these bright turquoise waters stand in stark contrast to the surrounding forests. It's not a traditional geyser, but a lake with underwater springs. The bottom is covered in a layer of blue clay. With the periodic eruptions of the spring, the clay's pattern is altered, creating a distinct appearance. Flowering Desert, Chile. This incredible natural occurrence happens in one of the world's most inhospitable deserts. Despite its normally barren and desolate landscape, at certain times, after a rare and precious rainfall, the Atacama transforms into a blanket of vibrant, bright colors. A variety of flowers bloom, presenting a fleeting yet dazzling display. Vast expanses of sand and stone are interrupted by shades of red, yellow, and lilac. Devil's Pool, Zambia. On the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, where the Zambezi River plunges steeply, lies the majestic Victoria Falls. Its local name, Mosi Oa Tunya, means the smoke that thunders, vividly describing the roar of the water and the mist visible from afar. At the edge of these falls, a unique natural pool called Devil's Pool forms. During certain times of the year, it allows the most daring visitors to bathe and peer into the abyss. Icelandic Waterfalls. Icelandic waterfalls take on a completely different appearance in winter. This is Godafoss, named the Waterfall of the Gods, due to a legend that pagan idols were thrown into its waters. At Skogafoss, the water cascades freely, merging with the accumulated snow and ice. It is said that the area's first Viking settler, Trossi Thorolfsson, buried a treasure in a cave behind the waterfall. In Gullfoss, the flowing water freezes into whimsical shapes. The surrounding snowy mantle contrasts with the dark waters of the Hvita River. Hengifoss has a unique appearance, with red layers and dark basalt in its canyon. These are layers of clay that indicate alternations between volcanic eruptions and sedimentation. Caño Cristales, Colombia. Also known as the River of Five Colors for its vibrant appearance. A gem of the Serrania de la Macarena, where a vivid red hue contrasts against the surrounding greenery. During the rainy season, the aquatic plant Macarenia clavigara turns a bright red. The river then shines in shades of yellow, green, blue, and black. Jewel Changi Airport, Singapore. A renowned shopping center awaits travelers at Singapore's International Airport. The Rain Vortex, an indoor waterfall descending from a hole in the ceiling, is its emblem. Around it, in the Forest Valley Garden, hundreds of trees and plants grow, creating an oasis amid the hustle. Raja Ampat, Indonesia. Known as one of the world's most impressive diving destinations, the Philippines is an archipelago of hundreds of islands and islets. Part of the Coral Triangle, it is the epicenter of the world's richest marine biodiversity. The convergence of species from the Indian and Pacific Oceans is believed to contribute to its abundant marine life. Milford Sound, New Zealand. On the southwest coast of New Zealand's South Island, within Fiordland National Park, lies the magnificent fjord. Surrounded by sheer cliffs and forested peaks, it's crowned with cascading waterfalls. Milford Sound is one of the wettest places on Earth. After heavy rains, hundreds of temporary waterfalls sprout from the cliffs. Graceful bottlenose dolphins swim in its waters. Oahu Craters, United States. A series of massive craters were formed by explosive volcanic eruptions that occurred thousands of years ago on this island. Diamond Head crater is believed to have formed from a short but intense eruption. Another is Koko Crater, which, according to Hawaiian mythology, formed after an attack on Pele, the volcano goddess. Faroe Islands, Denmark. A group of volcanic islands with green landscapes, steep cliffs, and unique rock formations. Of note is Survaksvatn, the archipelago's largest lake. Separated from the vast Atlantic Ocean by only a thin cliff. Rising from the sea, Suðuroy Cliff is home to various bird species and constantly battered by waves. The jagged and sharp profile defines Millinger Cliff. Two rock pillars connected by an arch emerge from the ocean, defining Drangarnir. Geiranger Fjord, Norway. In the heart of Norway, this natural wonder unfolds with rugged mountains and serene waters. A popular tourist destination, yet it retains unspoiled beauty. The Seven Sisters waterfall cascades impressively into the abyss. Cruises, some massive, navigating these waters provide visitors with sublime views. Moving south from this fjord, Lavatnet Lake appears. Considered one of Europe's most beautiful, with its intense blue glacial waters. Ban Giok Falls, China and Vietnam. These striking waterfalls are located along the Quai Son River, which demarcates the border between China and Vietnam. They are not easily accessible, as they are located far from major population centers. The falls are divided into 3 tiers, and visitors can get a close-up view of the Cascades by taking a bamboo raft ride. Petra, Jordan. The lost city of Petra was the capital of the Nabatean kingdom. Its uniqueness lies in its architecture, which was carved directly into the colorful rock walls of the canyon. The most iconic structure is Al-Khazne, or the Treasury. Visitors first encounter it after traversing the Sikh, a narrow canyon. Intricate details and designs adorn its facade. Despite its name, the treasury is believed to have been a tomb or temple, rather than a place for storing riches. Plitvice Lakes, Croatia. Waterfalls, lakes, and dense forests make up this display of Croatian nature. Water, acting on limestone and dolomite, created natural barriers, resulting in a series of tiered lakes. The system is comprised of many small water bodies, but there are 16 main lakes, divided into upper and lower. Chocolate Hills, Philippines. In Bohol, these hills resemble giant chocolate drops on a green tapestry. They have an almost perfect conical shape and are covered in green grass for most of the year. Various theories exist about how they were formed, including erosion, volcanic, or marine activities. One local legend suggests they are the tears shed by a giant named Arogo for his lost love, Aloya. Danakil Desert, Ethiopia. Tectonic and volcanic activity make this one of the most inhospitable and hottest environments in the world. At the triple junction of three tectonic plates, the area features earth fissures, geysers, and constant geological renewal. Fumarolas and bubbling pools reveal the intense geothermal activity beneath the surface. Of note is Erta Ale volcano, which is characterized by its crater with a perpetual lava lake, a rarity in the world. San Juan Parangaricutiro, Mexico. Here, nature's power is on display, accompanied by human drama and resolve. Paricutin volcano erupted in February 1943, spewing smoke and lava that buried the nearby town of Paricutin. All that remains are the bell tower and a portion of the facade of the church in the nearby town of San Juan Perengari Kutiro. The community was forced to evacuate and founded Nuevo San Juan Perengari Kutiro, symbolizing a town that defied its demise. Corinth Canal, Greece. This engineering marvel links the Gulf of Corinth to the Aegean Sea, separating the Peloponnese Peninsula from the rest of Greece. It's a remarkably narrow waterway, flanked by high rock walls. Only small-sized vessels can navigate it. Landwasser Viaduct, Switzerland. Nature and engineering combine to create a marvel in the heart of the Swiss Alps. Trains emerge from a tunnel and travel across a stone viaduct, rising above the Landwasser River. The viaduct features 6 arches, designed in harmony with the mountainous landscape. Completed in 1902, innovative methods were employed due to the remote and elevated location. Dead Sea, Israel, Jordan, and Palestine. More like a lake than a sea, this body of water sits at the lowest point on our planet. It radiates blue hues, and its shores are lined with white saline formations. The high salinity prohibits life, except for microorganisms, resulting in incredibly clear waters. This elevated salt concentration also leads to crystalline structures along the coasts and in shallower parts. Hallstatt, Austria. This village rests on the tranquil shores of Lake Hallstatt, nestled among the Alpine Mountains. In the winter months, a blanket of white snow covers the sloped roofs of its buildings. Richly detailed wooden structures complement the narrow alleyways. Bagan, Myanmar. Formerly the capital of the pagan kingdom, known for housing more than 2,000 temples and pagodas. These structures rise from the landscape, showcasing golden stupas, murals, and intricate stonework. Though Buddhist structures dominate, there are also Hindu temples that mark the region's religious transition. Tumpak Sewu, Indonesia. This waterfall majestically flows on the island of Java, surrounded by lush vegetation. Water cascades from the canyon's edge in slender, luminous streams. The region around Tumpak Sewu is geologically active. And from certain points of the waterfall, one can get a clear view of Mount Semeru, one of Java's tallest and most active volcanoes. Studlagil Canyon, Iceland. Carved by the relentless power of the Jökulsá Adal River, this gorge has taken shape. Basalt walls rise on either side. Revealing hexagonal columns that resemble the towers of a castle. Past volcanic eruptions gave rise to these unique formations, created as lava cooled rapidly. Lake Mekke, Turkey. This crater was formed by a volcanic eruption about 4 million years ago and was later flooded. Around 9,000 years ago, a second eruption formed another volcanic cone in the center of the lake. As a result, the crater has another crater inside of it, which is rare for volcanic lakes. Civita di Bannaregio, Italy. Dubbed the Dying City due to the eroding soil that surrounds it, this town retains its medieval soul. Perched on a volcanic tuff platform, it is slowly being worn away by wind and rain. With the constant erosion of the rock, the town faces the risk of disappearing. A long pedestrian bridge is the only way in or out. In the town, narrow streets lead to a church that is only accessible by pedestrians, bicycles, and motorcycles. Whitehaven Beach, Australia. Located within the Great Barrier Reef, this natural sanctuary is one of the most beautiful destinations on Earth. The pure, radiant white sand contrasts with the turquoise and emerald hues of the ocean. As the tides shift, swirls of color form in the water. The beaches shimmer with dazzling whiteness thanks to their composition of 98% pure silica. Great Blue Hole, Belize. Framed by a coral atoll, this oceanic sinkhole reveals a deep blue abyss in the Caribbean waters. It is thought to have formed around 15,000 years ago, when an underground cave collapsed. Over time, the sea flooded the abyss, transforming it into the captivating marine cenote it is today. A favorite destination for diving enthusiasts, the cenote offers the chance to explore its depths. The rich biodiversity here includes dolphins and sharks. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. Towering limestone formations rise from the ocean, evoking the image of slumbering dragons. Each island is covered in jungle vegetation. Forming small beaches on some. The area also contains intricate caves and grottos. First visited by French tourists in the 19th century. Lavaux Vineyards, Switzerland. Along the shores of Lake Geneva, these vineyards represent one of Switzerland's most astonishing cultural landscapes. The views consist of undulating terraces, with the blue lake in the background and the Alpine mountains in the distance. For centuries, Lavaux has cultivated vines, resulting in wines of distinguished quality. Originating in the Middle Ages, Benedictine and Cistercian monks laid the foundations for the terraces and started wine production. Itambazinha Canyon, Brazil. Nestled in the Aparados de Serra National Park, between the lands of Santa Catarina and Rio Grande do Sul. It stands as the most iconic and accessible canyon of the park, becoming a highlight for explorers. Formed by the persistent erosive work of the Perdizes River over countless years. The canyon's surrounding environment is enveloped in a dense blanket of the Atlantic forest, home to ancient trees and species unique to the region. Iguazu Falls, Argentina and Brazil. Most of these falls are located in Argentina. But the view from the Brazilian side is just as breathtaking. Iguazu Falls encompass about 275 waterfalls. Of these, the Devil's Throat stands out for its size. Generating high columns of mist that can be seen from afar. Monument Valley, United States. A wide panorama unfolds with giant red ochre structures rising from the desert terrain. Located on the edge of the Navajo Reservation, this land holds sacred value for the indigenous community. The intense red color is due to the iron oxide in rocks that have eroded over time. Bay of Kotor, Montenegro. The Bay of Kotor represents what was once the Bockelj River Canyon, now submerged. Surrounded by strong walls, the city of Kotor is an intricate medieval-era labyrinth. On the waterfront, Herast, a bastion of history, boasts its charming promenade. In front of Herast, two islands emerge from the clear waters. San Giorgio, with its centuries-old monastery. And Our Lady of the Rocks, an artificial island housing a church of the same name. Grand Falls, United States. Their unique appearance has earned them the nickname Chocolate Falls. They are located in areas governed by the Navajo Nation. Though not always appearing this way, the rains give them a distinctive look among waterfalls. The Little Colorado River carries clay and sediments, tinting the water a chocolate brown. Coron, Philippines. Among the most stunning highlights of the Filipino archipelago is this island. Home to karst rocks covered in shrubs and trees. The Twin Lagoon is one of the most navigated spots. Surrounded by incredibly clear waters that allow for marine life viewing. Verdon Gorge, France. These canyons are one of Europe's most remarkable natural treasures. They were first mentioned in French travel guides in the mid-19th century and became known outside the country in the 20th century. The towering canyons we admire today are the result of the Verdon River's slow but steady erosion. Trolltunga and Preikestolen, Norway. Trolltunga is an elongated rock that extends horizontally from the mountain, suspended over Lake Ringdalsvatnet. Standing on its edge can be a real challenge for those who are afraid of heights. Not far away is Preikestolen, which overlooks the Lysefjord. Its flat shape is attributed to the last ice age and the constant freezing and thawing of water. The Eye of the Earth, Croatia. This karst lake resembles a blue eye. One of the essential sources of the Cetina River, Dalmatia's longest river. Diving expeditions have been conducted, but its exact depth remains a secret. Azores, Portugal. Each of these Atlantic Ocean islands has its own character, but they all share craters, lagoons, and lush vegetation. On São Miguel Island, small lakes are formed in the craters of extinct volcanoes, flanked by even larger lakes. Off the coast, the islet of Vila Franca de Campo is part of an emerged submarine volcano. Sea erosion has worn away its edges, giving it a circular shape with a natural pool within. Arishiyama Bamboo Forest, Japan. In Kyoto Prefecture, amidst ancient temples, lies a tranquil oasis. The forest resonates with the melodic rustle of the wind, a natural symphony cherished by many. Sun rays timidly filter through tall emerald columns. High bamboo groves reach for the sky, creating a natural roof that gently sways in the breeze. Gulf of California, Mexico. Known as the world's aquarium, it is the stage for the extraordinary leaps of Mobula rays. They rise out of the water, propelling themselves with their pectoral fins, performing aerial acrobatics. This behavior may be a form of communication, or simply for entertainment. Although these creatures have been studied, much remains to be discovered about their behavior and migratory patterns. Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany. Nestled in the Bavarian Alps of Germany, it embodies the essence of a traditional European fairy tale. Many believe it was the inspiration for Sleeping Beauty's castle. Commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria in the 19th century. The Mad King, or Dreamer King, envisioned Neuschwanstein Castle as an intimate retreat and an ode to Richard Wagner, his favorite composer. Phang Nga Bay, Thailand. A notable Thai landmark located in the Andaman Sea, northeast of Phuket. It boasts calm waters, mangrove forests, and green-covered vertical rock formations. One icon of the bay is Koh Tapu, or James Bond Island, which gained worldwide fame through the 007 movie, The Man with the Golden Gun. Its narrow base and flat top have made it a must-see spot for boat tours. Koh Phanyi, Thailand. Perched on stilts, this fishing village is predominantly Muslim. established in the late 18th century by Malay nomads. Homes, shops, and schools rise above the sea, interconnected by wooden walkways. Notable are the floating football fields, a testament to the community's sporting passion. Built by the village's youth, inspired by the 1986 World Cup. Lake Bled, Slovenia. Amidst the Julian Alps, it shines with emerald-colored waters, embraced by lush forests and towering mountains. In the midst of this alpine haven, an island shelters the charming Church of the Assumption, a centuries-old monument. Legend has it that ringing its bell and making a wish will make it come true. Overlooking the lake, Bled Castle, a medieval remnant, majestically perches on the cliff. In times past, a dragon was considered the guardian of the castle, watching over the region and its people. Diamond Beach, Iceland. Iceland's coast features a radiant stretch reminiscent of the sparkle of precious stones. But these aren't gems. They're icebergs that have reached its volcanic sands. They originate from Vatnajökull Glacier, one of Europe's ice giants. As waves drag them back to shore, the icebergs rest on the beach, glistening in the sun like real diamonds. Mount Bromo, Indonesia. Mount Bromo stands out among the many volcanoes in the Indonesian archipelago as one of the most active. Magnified by the surrounding caldera and the constant white smoke billowing from its crater. Its proximity to communities and status as a tourist destination means its volcanic activity is closely monitored. Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve, Mexico. Annually, this reserve becomes the temporary home for monarch butterflies. They come from various parts of North America, nesting in the Oyamo forests. Thousands can be seen seeking water and food on tree trunks or branches. Lofoten Islands, Norway. Rising from the Norwegian Sea in the north of the country is this stunningly beautiful archipelago. Featuring mountain peaks and deep fjords. The waters of its beaches are cold, but their purity ranks among the cleanest in the world. During summer, the midnight sun lights up the sky, never setting. In colder seasons, the islands are among the prime spots for viewing the northern lights. Exploring their villages, one feels a deep connection to the traditional cod fishing heritage. The traditional fishermen's cabins, called rorbu, now mainly serve as tourist accommodations. Meteora Monasteries, Greece. These formidable monastic buildings stand atop sandstone rock pillars. Constructed in the 14th century by monks seeking a serene and safe refuge from invasions. Originally, access to these monasteries was extremely difficult, requiring long ladders. However, no longer as isolated, they remain homes for monks and nuns seeking a life of meditation and prayer. Lençóis Maranhenses National Park, Brazil. In this natural reserve, immense white dunes intertwine with lagoons of blue and green hues. At first glance, it could be mistaken for a desert, but rain is frequent and plentiful. Under the influence of rain, the dunes give way to multiple lagoons. This creates narrow sandbanks between which one can walk. Kauai, United States. Kauai is one of the Hawaiian archipelago's islands. Its landscape is marked by the Napali Cliffs, with towering walls and narrow valleys. Kauai's center stands out as one of the rainiest areas in the world, with mountains always covered in clouds. In areas like Waimea Canyon, the mountains display reddish hues due to the presence of iron oxide. Abraham Lake, Canada. In the Canadian Rockies, this frozen lake displays notable cracks crisscrossing it. Though an artificial lake, it has the blue color of other glacial lakes. Strong wind gusts often sweep ice crystals off its surface. Under the ice layer, methane bubbles, a result of organic matter decomposition, are encased. Huacachina, Peru. Tucked among desert dunes and just a short distance from the city of Ica, a small oasis glistens. It's like a mirror of emerald green water, surrounded by palm trees and greenery in the midst of a barren landscape. Legend says that Huacachina appeared when an Inca princess, caught off guard while bathing in the Ica River, ran away, leaving behind her mirror. Cappadocia, Turkey. Cappadocia captivates with its unique landscape of rock formations that look like fairy chimneys. These distinctive structures formed from the erosion of tuff, a soft volcanic rock. Civilizations, such as the Hittites, thrived in this area. The inhabitants, taking advantage of the stone's malleability, carved out homes, churches, and even monasteries. Phi Phi, Thailand. A small archipelago in the Andaman Sea. Known for its white sands and crystal-clear waters. Among the 6 main islands, Phi Phi Don is the largest and the only one inhabited. Phi Phi Leh is famous for Maya Bay, featuring a horseshoe-shaped beach enclosed by high cliffs. It gained international recognition through popular American movies. Accessible from Phi Phi Don, the journey offers opportunities to admire the marine life. Sanctuary of Madonna della Corona, Italy. Its location makes it one of Italy's most striking religious spaces, built directly onto the rocky wall of Mount Baldo. It gives the impression of being suspended between the sky and the earth. For centuries, pilgrims have trekked to this secluded site, seeking spiritual solace. Nusa Penida, Indonesia. The largest of the 3 Nusa Islands, just a short boat ride from Bali. It is characterized by imposing cliffs, with narrow beaches beneath vertical rock walls. And natural pools that can be treacherous due to sudden waves. It is a haven for marine life, including giant manta rays. One of Nusa Penida's gems is Kelangking Beach, also known as T-Rex. Upon closer inspection, it resembles the profile of a dinosaur. Sequoia National Park, United States. The Sierra Nevada in California is home to some massive biological beings, the giant sequoia trees, or Sequoiadendron giganteum. These are the largest living things by volume in the world. The largest of all is General Sherman, which is estimated to be about 2,000 years old. Vinicunca, Peru. Also known as the Mountain of Seven Colors or Rainbow Mountain, this geological wonder is located in the Peruvian Andes. Its multicolored layers are due to a combination of minerals and environmental conditions. However, this beauty can be fleeting, as the mountain is covered in snow during the rainy season, hiding its colors. Church of Saint Magdalena, Italy. This church, in the center of the Funes Valley, offers stunning panoramas. Thanks to its green hues and the backdrop of the Dolomites, it is widely recognized as one of the world's most photogenic churches. An old story tells of a storm depositing a statue of Saint Marie Magdalene on the site where the church now stands. Niagara Falls, Canada, and United States. One of the largest waterfalls on the planet, Niagara Falls, sits on the border of Canada and the United States. The powerful waters create a mist that, when combined with sunlight, often creates rainbows. Formed by the retreat of glaciers at the end of the last ice age, the falls have been slowly transforming for over 12,000 years. Niagara Falls is comprised of 3 large waterfalls. The American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls are entirely within the United States. While Horseshoe Falls, the largest of the 3, occupies a small portion in the United States and the majority in Canadian territory. Puerto Princesa Subterranean River, Philippines. The river flows beneath a limestone substrate through a spacious cave before emptying into the South China Sea. It is regarded as one of the world's longest navigable underground rivers. The cavernous walls display a wide array of geological structures. Different chambers and sections of the cave have their own names based on their appearance. Antelope Canyon, the United States. Resembling a complex maze of sandy passageways with curving paths. Antelope Canyon was formed by flash floods that carved and smoothed the canyon walls. When the sun is at its highest point, sunlight filters in, creating luminous beams. It has a serene beauty, but rain can cause sudden flooding within the canyon. Makgadikgadi Pans, Botswana. Once part of an ancient lakebed, this immense expanse has evolved into one of the world's largest salt flats. Its landscape changes with each season. During the rainy season, the plains flood. Attracting large flocks of flamingos that come to feed and nest. Zebras and wildebeests also traverse the salt pan in one of Africa's largest and least known migrations. Mukong Chai, Vietnam. This district in Vietnam is known for its magnificent rice terraces. These terraces stretch like endless steps, carved meticulously into the mountain slopes. For centuries, local communities have shaped these terraces, overcoming topographical challenges to create an agricultural canvas. During the growth period, they exhibit lush greenery, turning golden when the rice is ready for harvest. Ijen Volcano, Indonesia. A turquoise-colored acid lake rests within the crater of this volcanic mountain. The water's acidity and color are caused by sulfurous gas emissions interacting with the water. The water has a pH approaching 0, indicating extreme acidity. At night, the volcano exhibits blue flames due to sulfur combusting when it comes into contact with the air. Arches National Park, United States. A haven of red rocks and thousands of natural stone arch formations. Though the rocks appear permanent, they are in a constant state of change. An average of 1 or 2 arches are estimated to collapse each year, while others slowly emerge. Due to its distinct landscape, the park has served as a backdrop for films, most notably Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. With its dark skies and clear nights, it's an ideal spot for stargazing. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. This desert jewel has rapidly risen from a modest fishing port to an ultra-modern metropolis. The city is remarkable for its grand architecture. Including the World Islands, an archipelago designed to resemble the world map. Visible from space, Palm Jumeirah is an artificial island shaped like a palm tree. The Burj Khalifa soars above the clouds as an architectural colossus. Its design inspired by the Hymenocallis, a desert flower with petals radiating from its core. Fjarðarglufur Canyon, Iceland. This terrestrial crevice is adorned with snow during the Icelandic winter. But with the arrival of warmth, the colors transform. It unfolds with walls that rise up like petrified giants. As the days go by, the Fjaura River, which flows through the canyon, continues to carve its path. Mount Popa, Myanmar. An inactive volcano that is home to the sacred Tang Kalat Monastery. Many pilgrims visit this site, which is considered a center of spiritual power. It is believed to be a sanctuary for the Nats, mythological spirits that are highly revered in Myanmar's mythology. Surrounded by greenery and with its golden stupas, it beckons visitors to climb the 777 steps to its summit. Crater Lake, United States. The United States' deepest lake was formed thousands of years ago after the eruption and collapse of Mount Mazama. Rain and snowmelt are its main sources, contributing to its crystal clear waters. In the lake's center rises Wizard Island, a volcanic ash cone covered in trees. Pamukkale, Turkey. These terraces were formed by the deposits of mineral-rich groundwater, giving them their distinctive shape. Their name, which means Cotton Castle, describes how they look, with tiered levels resembling solid clouds. Filled with thermal waters, they create natural mirrors that reflect the blue sky. For centuries, it has been believed that the waters possess healing properties. Valley of the Moon, Chile. The Atacama Desert is home to some of the most extraordinary natural structures on the planet. Within the desert, this valley features a vast natural landscape interspersed with dunes and stones. The mountains are rugged and have golden and reddish hues. Their lunar-like appearance inspired the valley's name. It is so convincing that it has been used as a testing ground for space mission vehicles. Several natural caves dot the valley, some of which have yet to be explored. Stone Forest, China. Locally known as Shilin, this is a collection of limestone formations that rise above the ground like giant needles. They create a landscape resembling a petrified forest, where each tree is a rock tower. Rain and wind have sculpted the formations, creating a kind of geological labyrinth. Arizaro Salt Flats, Argentina. In the Puna, an Andean high plateau, lies a vast salt desert that stretches out like an endless white canvas. Rising up from the saline mantle, Cono de Arita, with its perfect pyramidal shapes, adds a surreal touch to the landscape. It is believed that the evaporation of prehistoric lakes led to the formation of this salt desert. Drina River House, Serbia. Defying natural and architectural conventions, this hut sits atop a rock in the Drina River. It has tenaciously withstood the inexorable passage of time and climate variations. The story begins with a group of youths in 1968 who, seeking a sunbathing spot, decided to build a shelter. But it is not alone. Other similar huts can be found on Lake Perikak. Reynisfjara, Iceland. In southern Iceland, a beach takes on an unusual appearance during winter. The black sand is lava that cooled rapidly when it came into contact with water. The same process created the basalt formations of the cliff. Despite its beauty, this is a dangerous beach. The waves break powerfully, and the undertow is strong. The sea may seem calm, but the tide can surge suddenly and violently. Across the bay are the Reynisdrangar Islets. According to legend, these rocks were trolls that were turned to stone by the first rays of dawn. Lake Retba, Senegal. The water in this lake varies from pale pink to deep pink, depending on the time of year. The hue is caused by algae that produces red pigments to better absorb sunlight. With a salinity that can reach 40%, it is one of the saltiest lakes in the world. Fly Geyser, the United States. This site in Nevada is a mix of the artificial and the geological. It emerged in 1917 during the drilling of wells in search of geothermal sources. The wells were not properly sealed, and minerals began to accumulate. The thermal water that emanates continuously is populated by thermophilic algae, giving the rocks green and red colors. Benagil Cave, Portugal. The only way to access this Algarve cave is by sea. Boating or kayaking is the safest method. A hole in the ceiling lets in sunlight, illuminating the entire space. Hanging Temple, China. Also known as the Xuan Kong Temple, it is a complex of rooms and walkways that extend horizontally along the mountain. Supported by wooden beams deeply embedded in the rock. Despite its apparent vulnerability, the temple has withstood over 1,400 years, even surviving earthquakes. It is one of the rare Chinese temples that embraces the three traditions: Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism, demonstrating their harmonious coexistence. White Desert National Park, Egypt. Located in the Farafra Depression, enveloped by the sands of the Sahara. Ancient seas deposited layers of chalk and limestone in the area, which, over the years, have emerged. Due to its soft and porous nature, the rocks of this desert tend to take on unusual shapes. Mir Mine, Russia. Originated from a controlled explosion in 1955, becoming one of the largest diamond mines. The crater's walls give the impression of plunging limitlessly towards the planet's core, outlined by concentric layers. Point de la Jonction, Switzerland. In Geneva, Switzerland, there is an intriguing geographical point where the Rhone and Arve rivers meet. The Rhone, emanating from Lake Geneva, carries clear waters, while the Arve, laden with sediments from the alpine glaciers, presents a murkier hue. Mendenhall Ice Caves, United States. Corridors created in the ice due to water flow. As the glacier changes, so do the caves. They can last several months or collapse suddenly, making caution important for visitors. Brøndby Garden City, Denmark. The precise design of this residential complex is truly enchanting. Each single-family home is situated within concentric circles, defined by green hedges. This design is more than just aesthetic. It seeks to optimize the green space of each residence, encouraging community living without sacrificing privacy. Blue Grotto, Italy. The entrance to this underwater cavern is quite narrow, accessible only by small boats. Beneath the water, it shines with an electric blue, revealing a luminous phenomenon. This is caused by sunlight entering through an underwater opening, illuminating the interior. Þrydrangavíti Lighthouse, Iceland. A solitary sentinel in the deep blue of the North Atlantic. The only way to access this peaceful haven is by sea, though helicopter arrival is also possible. The lighthouse was built in 1939, an impressive feat considering the challenging geography of the site. Builders had to scale the cliffs to create a suitable base for the lighthouse. Crab migration, Cuba. A remarkable natural phenomenon that occurs annually in various parts of the island. During this event, millions of crabs emerge from the forests to make their journey to the sea for spawning. The Gecarcinus ruicola crab, with its vivid red and orange colors, is the main star of this migration. During their journey, it is common for them to cross roads, resulting in many deaths under vehicle wheels. Seongseong Ichulbong, South Korea. Rising from the waters, this cone-shaped crater has a distinctive profile on the horizon. It was formed by a submarine hydrovolcanic eruption about 5,000 years ago. Goblin Valley State Park, United States. A vast sanctuary of unique geological formations. Known for its countless mushroom-like and pillar-shaped rock formations, nicknamed goblins. Due to its unique aesthetics, it has been featured in movies depicting extraterrestrial worlds. Siwa Oasis, Egypt. Hidden among the expanses of the Sahara, it stands as a sanctuary of greenery and freshness. Featuring natural salt pools and lakes, with sand dunes and palm trees. Ancient springs sustain life in this desert paradise. In its saline pools, visitors experience the unique sensation of floating effortlessly. Knik Glacier, United States. This large ice mass stretches along the Chugach Mountains. Glacier water feeds the Knik River, which flows northward. Meeting the Eklutna River in a river confluence. When these two rivers meet, there is a noticeable contrast in the waters, especially if one river carries more sediments than the other. Jikokudani Monkey Park, Japan. In the Japanese Alps, among snow-covered mountains, an unusual primate behavior is observed. Macaques bathe in pools formed by hot springs, surrounded by a halo of steam. The warm waters serve to protect them from the cold, but they also seem to enjoy them. They are the only primates, besides humans, who delight in hot springs. Lake Natron, Tanzania. Specific microorganisms are responsible for giving this body of water its characteristic reddish hues. It is a zone of high geological activity, located in the Great Rift Valley. The lake's high temperatures and elevated alkalinity make it inhospitable. Yet, paradoxically, it is essential for certain life forms. It serves as a crucial habitat for Africa's lesser flamingos, attracted by the spirulina in its waters. Moraine Lake, Canada. Radiant with its emerald hue, this alpine lake is situated in Banff National Park. Its color results from light reflecting off rock particles deposited by melting glaciers. It attracts numerous visitors, but road access is only feasible from summer to fall, before the onset of cold temperatures. Nuclear craters, Kazakhstan. These nuclear craters are grim remnants of the country's nuclear testing era. Between 1949 and 1989, hundreds of nuclear tests were conducted in this area. Over time, some of the craters have filled with water, creating serene-looking but potentially dangerous small lakes. The area remains one of the most radioactive in the world, though nature has slowly begun to reclaim the site. Lake Elton, Russia. Boasting the title of Europe's largest lake. Lake Elton is formed by drainage and constant evaporation. The lake's salt has been valued for generations for its beneficial properties. And remnants of baths used by nobility and Russian leaders are still visible. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. The world's largest salt flat, Salar de Uyuni, is an immense expanse of salt in southern Bolivia. It was formed from what was once Lake Minchin, a prehistoric lake that evaporated. Within the salt flat are islands like Inca Huasi, which are filled with large cacti. When the rain begins, Uyuni transforms into a vast mirror, merging the sky and the horizon. Mont Saint-Michel, France. In Normandy, on the western coast of France, stands a town settled on a small island. Mont Saint-Michel captures the magnificence of medieval art. With extreme tides in the adjacent bay, access by foot or car is possible during low tide. But when the tide rises, Mont Saint-Michel becomes an island. Terra Ronca, Brazil. Though not well known internationally, it is a prized discovery for spelunking enthusiasts. It encompasses a vast network of caves, but only a small segment has been tracked and mapped. The Lapa River, which runs through the cave, has played a vital role in its formation over millennia. Tubular icebergs, Greenland. What gives these icebergs an almost fantastical appearance are their dimensions and contours. They feature flat surfaces and vertical sides, reminiscent of a plateau shape. These characteristics distinguish them from other types of icebergs that may have more irregular tops. They typically form when breaking off from large Greenlandic or Antarctic ice shelves. Fagradalsfjall, Iceland. A volcano rises imposingly on Iceland's southwestern Reykjanes Peninsula. Its nature and behavior give it a unique character among the country's many volcanoes. Instead of being violent and abrupt, eruptions often manifest as a steady flow of bright lava. The lava gently sliding down its slopes, creating iridescent rivers. Maraya, Saudi Arabia. This building boasts one of the world's largest mirrored surfaces. Its design fuses nature and architecture, achieving a symbiosis between modernity and the eternal beauty of the desert. Spotted Lake, Canada. A salt lake with high concentrations of minerals, including silver and titanium. Its unique pattern of spots resembles a polka-dotted handkerchief. The color of the spots varies depending on the season and minerals present, ranging from yellow and green to blue and pink. Marble Chapels, Chile. A series of marble caverns sculpted by water. The color palette of the caves ranges from blues to turquoises to pristine whites. What makes these caves special is that they are almost entirely composed of pure marble, unlike other geological formations. Tsingy de Bemaraha National Park, Madagascar. This natural reserve is known for its tsingy, which are sharp limestone rock pinnacles. Navigating between the tsingy is dangerous and can result in serious injury. In addition to the peculiar rock formations, the park is also home to rare species of lemurs. Covao dos Conchos, Portugal. In the Serra da Estrela mountain range, there is a secret that defies nature. From above, this reservoir looks like a mirror reflecting the sky. But it holds a mystery, a hole that seems to swallow the water. This phenomenon is actually an engineering feat. A tunnel diverts water from the reservoir to Comprida Lagoon, which was created in 1955 as part of a hydroelectric system. Moeraki boulders, New Zealand. These large, rounded stones are scattered across Kokohi Beach. They may seem artificial, but they're natural. They formed about 60 million years ago from small earth particles and a mineral called calcite. Skaftafell Glacier, Iceland. This is an ice mass that descends from Vatnajökull National Park, the largest glacier in Europe. It displays shades ranging from pure white to deep blue, crossed by veins of black volcanic ash. Over time, the movement and melting of the ice has created valleys, moraines, and glacial lagoons. And so we come to the end of this great adventure. Every corner of our planet has stories to tell, mysteries to unveil, and wonders to amaze us. Until the next journey.